Yeah, there's a ton of new badges, Chris. One of the ones that I like a lot, we talked about this in the last episode, was the right stick defense is back. So right stick stealing is back. There's a new badge called right stick ripper that as you get steals, as you get knockaways with the right stick stealing, you're gonna see that badge level up. And so there's just so many ways you can mold your player and so many different badges in the game that you're gonna see move up and down based on how you play. I think it's gonna be cool to see locks kind of get their badges up and get clamping down on all the offensive players this year.
$2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Greetings and best wishes for a happy holiday season from all of us at 2K Sports as we get set for this NBA presentation. I'm Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony, Hall of Famer Doris Burke, and another Hall of Famer, David Aldridge, from the sidelines. Now let's take a look at Denver's opening lineup. The guard pair are Murray and Caldwell Pope. Underneath in the post, it's Gordon and Jokic. And it's Brown in at the 3, the small forward. And for Toronto, Barnes and Siakam will slot in at the small and power forward. OG Anunoby is out there with Dennis Schroeder. And it's Pirtle in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Nearing the midway point of the season now, GA, what do you think is most important for teams to focus on at this point?
I think just trying to establish overall continuity. You want to head into the second half of the season with some momentum behind you, as well as just general confidence.
Now here's Caldwell Pope driving the lane. No good from 11 feet. Now Schroeder on the wing, Barnes. Passes to Anunoby. And there's the feed to Pirtle. Shot clock at 3. Here's Schroeder. Offensive rebound. Tries again. And it's finished off inside by Pirtle.
This team loves it when Pirtle can make an impact on the offensive glass. There's a lot of ways he can get his points, but this is an easy one.
Now, here's Jokic. Boy, was he something else against Dallas. The pass to Brown. Back to Jokic. Kicks it out to Gordon. From outside, off the mark.
Got his hand out enough on that one to bother the three-point attempt. Great hustle on that one.
We talk about this time and time again, trying to stay connected to shooters along the perimeter. Nicely done.
Murray, the pass to Jokic. Knocked loose. Outside Gordon. Murray outside. Caldwell Pope left side. Sinks the three-pointer.
Man, you think Murray all about scoring, but Murray is about what helps his team win.
Three-pointer. Drains it from beyond the arc.
Outstanding start. You've made 3 of your first 4.
Nuggets have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Caldwell Pope finds Murray. Siakam pulls it in.
Boy, just 1 for 4. A little brisky right now.
Pass to Schroeder. Now Pirtle. Back to Schroeder. For Murray. That's good from Schroeder on the assist by Pirtle.
80% from the field to start, playing with a ton of confidence.
Doris, we know one thing the Raptors had benefited from was consistent leadership.
There's no doubt about that, Kevin. You think about the front office consistency, and success in the NBA generally starts from the top and trickles down. You can absorb a coaching change and still have a culture in place because, again, things start at the top.
And you look at the evolution of Anunoby's game, Doris, he's much more than a 3-and-D guy.
Kevin, here's a young man who does a little bit of everything. He can score and defend in a variety of ways, cross-positional defensively between 1 and 4, and an offensive game that continues to grow. He can get out and put pressure on transition. A little bit of a streaky shooter, but there's so much to like.
2 shots. That one is off.
Boy, the athleticism of OG Anunoby can be eye-popping sometimes, guys. And what's happening now is he's developing on the offensive end. This guy's upside is absolutely tremendous.
And he sinks the second. And Murray's got the ball here for the Nuggets. 7-point differential. This, their first look at this year's Toronto squad.
And really, this is a team that expects to beat everyone when they step on the floor, but they were only able to split the series last year.
You wonder if they're looking to take control of this one early. And when you have more talent, you want to keep the other guys from gaining any confidence.
Free throw, good. Jokic.
And being such a good passer out of that 5 spot makes Jokic a triple-double machine.
And Jokic drops them both.
Boy, a really soft touch on display. It is a luxury to have a big man who can hit from the line at a consistent rate.
Over to the wing. Here's Schroeder. Plays it up and banks it in. Schroeder's got his second bucket of the night.
This guy not just a jump shooter now. Dennis Schroeder more than happy to get inside and mix it up.
Murray the pass to Brown. Shoots. The Nuggets with another miss. Toronto leading by 7. Schroeder outside. Basket counts. Schroeder's got 6 points.
Adding to their advantage, trying to find a way to blow this one open.
One of the things they're doing is identifying favorable matchups and then going at them.
Here's Brown. Scoreless thus far. Jokic passes to Brown. Outside Gordon. Fires the 3. It's good from long range.
You see, before you could give Aaron Gordon a cushion from deep. At this point, though, he has honed that part of his arsenal.
Murray against Schroeder. Pass to Anunoby. Over Caldwell Pope. Anunoby, no good. The Nuggets trail by 6. Kicks to Murray. Passes it to Caldwell Pope. Jokic with the bounce pass. Just 4 to shoot. Birtle with the steal. Here's Barnes. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this league.
Outside Gordon. And there's the pass to Brown. Now here's Gordon. And that one, good. Gordon's got his second bucket.
Well, I love the concentration. Simply stated, when Aaron Gordon is this locked in, he is very difficult to deal with.
A drive by Barnes. The second chance effort, and that's 2 points on the layup. He has 6. The Nuggets trail by 8. Caldwell Pope outside. Pass to Murray. Shoots over Schroeder. Got a hand on it.
Wow, twice on the pipes from Dennis Schroeder. Woo-hoo!
Over Murray.
And that one goes long.
The inside just a bit too congested for him to get the usual shot he would have with rhythm.
With a step back. Caldwell Pope with a wide open look. Another 3 for Denver.
And the three-pointer, a big part of KCP's game. About half his shots come from out there.
Siakam passes to Purdy. Toronto working the ball around now. Here's Anunoby. It's hauled in by the Nuggets.
Well, we didn't see the same kind of control we're used to seeing from him. This guy is usually a tremendous finisher.
Nice move. He stepped back and catched it up. Now it's just a 3-point Raptor lead.
And let's be honest, Murray has never seen a shot he didn't like, especially these mid-range jumpers.
So, timeout called here, the first for Toronto.
And sometimes from the outside, not always clear what led a coach to call for a timeout.
And as you know, it's what comes after that gives you some sense of what has changed.
And Toronto will go for a different look here. Achua, he's checked in for Purdy. Chris Boucher comes in for Pascal Siakam. Daniels is checked in for Scotty Barnes. And Trent subbed in for OG Anunoby. Big group substitution here for Denver. John Charles checked in. Michael Porter comes in for Christian Brown. Watson, he's checked in for Caldwell Pope. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Murray. Now, here's Jokic. After the miss from Dennis Schroeder. Ball's knocked loose. Here's Watson. It's hauled in by Trent.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Schroeder looking around. Back to Trent. Launches it. It's hauled in by Jokic.
Oh, that was a great effort defensively. Get a hand up at the face of the shooter. It's so important.
And that one's good by Porter.
And he's just adept at scoring it in so many ways. It's clear Porter very comfortable operating inside.
Back to Schroeder. And he lays it straight in. Schroeder's got 8 points.
Well, efficiency is everything, right? So far in this one, this guy has been on the money.
Here's Jackson. Still scoreless. To the wing right side. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Chanchar. Covered by Achua. Chanchar, no good. Here's Trent. And Jokic with the rebound.
Got to credit the defense. They found a way to stop him, and that's never an easy task.
Inside. And there's another one for the Nuggets.
That's just heads-up basketball, and Jackson scanning the floor, spots the ready shooter. Nicely done.
Last outing for Toronto, unsuccessful. It was a loss to show.
I'll tell you, they played hard, they drew fouls, but they could not convert at the line.
One of the things that you know when you miss free throws is you're giving the team opposite you all the momentum. You're failing to capitalize on their mistakes.
Taking a look here at some of the numbers for Jakob Poeltl.
Second team foul.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Raptors.
Oh, man, how about the mid-range jumper from these guys? It's on tonight, a huge part of their offense so far.
And they've also shown dominance in the paint so far tonight, really putting the work in down low.
Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead.
And there have been some to compare Porter to Kevin Durant. Really a fluid shooter who also possesses amazing athleticism.
Justin Holiday's checked in for the Nuggets. And they now lead as the free throw drops for him. Here's Trent. He has yet to score. After 2 misses to start the game, he's on the board with that shot made.
Contested interior look for the young gun, Mr. Gary Trent Jr., making it look easy inside.
Outside, Porter unloads from 13. And it's Toronto with the rebound. here's McDaniel. High point game his last outing, and Justin Holiday picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
And Toronto making a change here. Young's checked in. Schroeder finds Young.
2 minutes left.
Now here's McDaniel. He's guarded closely. That doesn't fall. Can't drop his first shot. And it's Porter with the ball for Denver. They trail by 1. And Jalen McDaniels, Doris, much like his brother Jaden, can be a menace on defense.
That's a great word, Kevin, because he has got such great length and versatility on the defensive end. The frame is wiry, but believe me, he's stronger than he looks. This is a guy who's not got a big name by any means, but Jalen McDaniels can be a solid rotation guy.
Otto Porter Jr., he's checked in for the Raptors.
Otto Porter.
It's up a 3. It's hauled in by Michael Porter. The Nuggets have gotten 7 of their first 16 field goal attempts to go down here in the first. Jackson dishes to Watson. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's going to be on Gary Trent Jr. The Nuggets shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
Pretty good numbers on the season when you look at their free throw attempts, right around 78%.
And that one misses. That one misses. You know, Doris, looking at Precious Achiuwa, he brings value as a multi-positional defender.
Exactly right, Kevin, because he's able to switch comfortably out onto guards. He can rebound against bigs who are bigger than he is. Achiuwa might be undersized, but his athleticism and effort make up for it.
There's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2.
That's his second.
Let's take this opportunity to show you the teams that have been the best three-point shooting squads over the last 10 games. The Nuggets number 1.
The main factor, I think, is the great spacing. That has led to wide-open, long-range shots, and that's why we see the great numbers from the 3. Shooting 2.
And the first one drops.
I think the thing I like best about Otto Porter, his versatility and long arms, because it allows him to impact the game in so many ways.
He hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line.
And the missed free throws starting to be an issue.
Young against Jackson. Here's Holiday. The Nuggets with another miss.
Boy, a miss like that will drive any scorer crazy, especially with the defender giving a cushion.
Trent, that's a two-pointer. And that's good for 2. And the Raptors lead by 4.
Now the shot mechanics are just so pure. Gary Trent Jr., such a dangerous shooter.
The shot and game clock separated by 4. To the inside. Here's Chunchar, and it's blocked. And so it looks like Denver will retain possession here. We've got 13 seconds left in the first quarter. 5 to shoot.
But tremendous defense from Dennis Schroeder. He is willing to give extra effort on that end of the floor.
A big-time effort for Dennis Schroeder, providing a lot of energy for the Raptors. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. We've got more in store for you right after this. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And guys, what's your take on Toronto so far?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
I think across the board, a number of guys who've done a great job guarding multiple positions.
Toronto leading by 4. On the floor for Denver as we get going here in the second quarter. Underneath in the post, it's Gordon and Jokic. The guard pair are Murray and Caldwell Pope. And it's Brown in at the 3 side. Now here's Gordon. Following the miss by Scotty Barnes. Good D by Barnes.
And you know, you can't impact a shot that close any better than he did on that possession.
Boy, whether he blocks it or simply alters it, the result is pretty much the same.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Kevin, thank you. Nikola Jokic amazes teammates with his vision. Aaron Gordon says he's a basketball genius. He plays it like chess, seeing it 3 steps ahead. You've always got to keep your eye on him when he has the ball because he'll find you. Even if you don't think you're open. He's a point guard, just in a center's body. Kevin?
That is very true. David, thanks. Now here's Murray after the miss from Dennis Schroeder. Pass to Jokic. Jacks up a 3. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Barnes has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Here's Siakam. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's going to be on Jokic.
Now Pascal Siakam looking aggressive and determined, which forces the defender to commit the foul.
And extensive ball movement, Doris, is a beautiful style to watch. But not every good team plays that way. Why not?
I think so much of implementation of style is about the players you have. What are the strengths of your individual players? Does the point guard flourish in a pick-and-roll situation as opposed to ball movement? Does a point guard like Luka Doncic need the ball to be effective? It's all about who your personnel is.
Chris Boucher's checked in for Otto Porter Jr. Siakam hits them both.
Boy, the evolution of Pascal Siakam has been such a pleasure to watch. The work ethic is commendable, and he's learning how to be a leader, guys.
Now here's Murray. He's a guy that can score, no doubt, averaging over 25 points a game. Denver passing it around. Shot clock at 6. On pass to Gordon. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
You know that the pass is for Aaron Gordon, but his athleticism takes any defense out of the equation. Doing work, Aaron Gordon.
Here's Barnes. He has 6. Here's Schroeder, rejected by Murray. Here's Brown, and he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
And the precise passing of Murray, really moving the ball well around the floor.
This is it to Siakam. Back to Anunoby. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Anunoby's got 6. Last outing for Denver, they won that game against Dallas.
And I credit the shot selection in that one. It's hard to stay patient, but you see the reward.
Well, typically, Greg, great decision-making leads to great shooting percentages. I thought that team played a very smart game.
Denver with the ball. Jokic passes to Caldwell Pope. The Nuggets need to get a shot off here. Over Boucher. That's good from Caldwell Pope on the assist by Murray. Murray's got 5 assists tonight. Barnes passes to Siakam. Barnes down low. And it's Jokic with the rebound. Jokic has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And it's denied. Sent back by Siakam. The ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Siakam. And the Raptors making a change here. McDaniels checked in.
McDaniels.
Here's Murray. 23 points for him the last game against Dallas.
Well, you also have to credit the way he controlled the pace of the game and was able to create for his teammates.
Clock at 6. Here's Brown. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
Here's Siakam. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Well, we're talking about a tough individual competitor in Pascal Siakam. He goes right at the defense.
Hey, guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Nuggets.
Straight away, they've opened things up offensively with skillful passing, running smart plays, and just setting guys up for success.
The other thing that's gone exceptionally well for them tonight is the shooting they've displayed from beyond the three-point arc.
Throw good, Siakam. Denver's gone 4-6 from outside the arc tonight. Murray, the pass to Gordon. Caldwell Pope outside. The pass to Jokic. Caldwell Pope against Anunoby. Caldwell Pope passes to Brown. For 3, Gordon. Comes up empty here. That puts him at 3 for 6. Raptors have gone just 2 of 8 shooting here in the second quarter. Takes it out to Siakam. Drills it from outside. And now it's a 3-point Toronto lead.
Well, you love the confidence from Pascal Siakam. Ready on the catch, rise and fire. Nicely done.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Nuggets.
Yeah, things not going their way, and he wants to just try to talk this one over.
Well, night in and night out, sometimes it's a battle of runs. Who has the most?
Here they are, your North Side.
Jakob Poeltl's checked in for the Raptors.
Thank you.
And a look at the block shot number over the last few seasons for Jakob Poeltl.
The blocks just aren't coming for him nearly as much as they were a few years ago. I think he's lost a little something in terms of that intimidation factor and that ability to change a game with his interior defense, and that's too bad.
Now here's Murray. Pass to Brown. There's the 3. And Poeltl pulls it down. Poeltl's got 4 rebounds now tonight. McDaniels. He doesn't hit that one. The Nuggets trail by 3. Pass to Murray. Here's Brown. Lob pass to Gordon. It's tipped and stolen by Siakam. Here's Anunoby. Gets it to fall from the right block. Anunoby's got 8 points.
Very hard to deal with the quickness of OG Anunoby. Gets into his pull-up game with no hesitation.
Pass to Jokic. Down low. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
That's the idea. You work the ball into that area. It's a sweet spot.
Her passes to Poeltl. Schroeder against Murray. 8 feet away. Rejected by Murray. They get it back. Poeltl gets it over to Schroeder. Just 5 to shoot. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that, 10 points for him.
For a guy who's a little bit smaller at the guard position, Schroeder is fearless. I think he likes contact.
Murray finds Jokic. Schroeder against Murray. Good ball movement here by the Nuggets. Here's Jokic. Rebound by the Raptors. Poeltl's got 6 rebounds in the game. Kicks it out to Siakam. Now the pass to Schroeder. Pass to Anunoby. Over Caldwell Pope. Again, Toronto.
Well, the advantage they have right now is largely based on his play. What an outstanding night.
Pass to Jokic. Here's Brown. And McDaniels with the block.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
Schroeder passes to Anunoby. And they had their chances. 2 offensive rebounds, but they still come up empty. Caldwell Pope outside. The turnaround. Offensive rebound. Here's Murray. And another shot. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's on Dennis Schroeder.
And it's a challenge trying to guard Jokic from there. Adept at making you foul him on the way up.
This is his second trip to the free throw line.
You know what? The work he's put in at the line starting to pay off. How about 78% on the season?
And he makes the first. Some changes for Toronto. Achua comes in for Pascal Siakam. And Trent subbed in for Dennis Schroeder. Big group substitution here for Denver. John Charles checked in. Porter comes in for Christian Brown. Justin Holiday's checked in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And it's Jackson in for Murray. And so he hits both. And the Raptors call time here. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Now, here's Jokic. He has 6. Here's Jackson. The Nuggets with another miss.
And battling hard on the glass, they hold the advantage here so far.
And the shot will not go from Anunoby.
Well, they have the advantage, but you still feel like this guy needs to find a way to get himself going.
Great find by Jokic, the best passing center I've ever seen.
Now, here's Anunoby. 14 points from him the last game against Charlotte. The layup missed.
This has not been a good period for this guy. Out of sync, not letting the game come to him. He's got to settle down and make shots.
And Holiday kicks to Jokic. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time.
Assist goes to.
And now just a 3-point Toronto lead. Passes it to Pirtle. Here's Trent. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Good D by Holiday. Jackson up top. He's guarded by Anunoby. Trent against Holiday. The pass to Jokic. Holiday against Trent. Shot is good, and the Toronto lead is cut to just 1 point on the basket from Holiday.
I mean, shades of Vlade Divac there. Jokic is one of the best passing bigs playing in the game today.
Pass to Anunoby. The offensive rebound. Pirtle. Nice work on the board. It's paying off with the basket. Pirtle's got his second bucket tonight.
And the D getting outworked there on the putback. Can't let that happen.
You have got to put a body on somebody. We talk about it ad nauseum, but you've got to be disciplined with the box outs.
And here is McDaniel. No scoring in this one. Back to Achua. Raptors moving the ball around. Here's Anunoby. Denver grabs the miss. Jackson's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Outside Holiday. Jackson deciding where to go with it. And Pirtle sends it back.
Very hard to get a shot off over Jakob Pirtle when he's that tight on you. Too much size, too much length.
Pass to McDaniels. And here is Achua. Trent outside. Jokic with the steal. Holiday goes in. That's in, coming off the assist from Jokic. Holiday's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
And the Raptors call time here.
And with their offense sputtering, coaches got to get them back on track.
And to me, they're just taking too many tough shots. And when they do get an easy one, the confidence just isn't there.
And the Raptors with some changes. Thaddeus Young, he's checked in for Jakob Pirtle. And it's Scotty Barnes in for McDaniels. Watson, he's checked in for Denver. And the Raptors miss again. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for Denver. They trail by 1. They'll be off to Brooklyn for a meeting with the Nets after this one. And that game will be game 2 of 3 straight on the road.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Holiday against Barnes. There's 39 seconds left to play here in the half.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
We call that a great contest. You know this is something he brings to the table, the ability to anchor your defense.
Holiday with the 3, the rebound by Young.
Terrific closeout there to challenge the 3.
It may be the hardest thing to do in basketball, close under control, and he's more than up to the task.
Anunoby with it. 1 second left. And a close game so far for the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Nuggets ahead as they end the second quarter on a 12-4 run. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. Here with Coach Malone. Mike, with that slow start, what did you like about how your team managed to stay in the game?
You're not making shots. You got to impact the game in other ways. So I thought our defense was terrific. Now we just got to find a way to make some open looks, get to the basket, and keep that defense at a high level.
Well, Coach, thanks for your time. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to each and every one of you watching at this very moment. I'm Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is here. Shaq is here. One half is behind us. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. A pretty close game from the Nuggets throughout the first quarter. They only had a couple rough stretches, and as the first period came to a close, they had a 4-point deficit. They came together in the second period and managed to claw their way to a 1-point lead. And Kenny, what did you think about what we saw from Denver?
You know, every team talks about playing unselfishly, and in the first half, it didn't look like there was an ego on this team. Now, looks can be deceiving, but the assist totals back up what we saw.
Shaq, let's get your insight on Toronto.
Well, their strategy to pound inside has worked well so far. I wouldn't get away from it if I was joining them in the second half. Keep working into the posts, and you got to win that physical battle.
That's all for now. Say goodbye to the folks. Thanks
Goodbye,
for
folks.
joining us. Third quarter, just about ready to begin.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. And Tavius Caldwell-Pope really making a difference here.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And one would expect that the defense made some adjustments at halftime, but he has the ability to answer right back.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Big men in the 4 for him. It's Siakam and Pirtle. Dennis Schroeder is out there with Anunoby, and it's Barnes in at the 3 slot. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto. Passes it to Anunoby. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Pulls from the top of the key. Good. He hits the jump shot. Anunoby's got 12 points in the game.
Well, you love to see OG Anunoby be engaged on the offensive end. Boy, being rewarded for looking for his shot.
To the middle, and stolen by Siakam. 3-on-3. Makes it off the glass. He's got 10.
Excellent anticipation of a teammate's defensive ability. Siakam gets out in transition. Nice.
Murray, the pass to Jokic. Here's Brown. Now Murray. He's guarded by Schroeder to the paint. Here's Jokic. Jokic makes it look easy inside.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
Thanks very much, Kevin. Toronto has a new head coach in Darko Rajakovic. He started coaching at 16 in his home country of Serbia. So even though he's still young, he's already a lifer. In his near decade as an NBA assistant coach, he made a name for himself in player development. And of course, Kevin, that's going to be essential now for the rebuilding Raptors.
It is, but I love his resume. His story is terrific. He is just what they need. David, thank you. And here are the Raptors now. The Nuggets getting the bucket. Here's Barnes. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
That's his first personal foul.
Boy, you love Barnes being assertive on offense. He forces the defense to foul him there.
Raptors have missed 2 free throws in the game, going 5 for 7.
Yeah, looking over their percentage on the season, I think they will be thrilled with the number in terms of their free throw percentage, 79.
That free throw missing.
Well, of course, Scotty Barnes won the Rookie of the Year in 21-22, guys. And you talk about a well-rounded basketball player who will affect winning with both his offensive ability and his defensive versatility.
Good on the second free throw.
Boy, the missed free throw there, keeping this game at even. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them.
Murray against Schroeder. And the pass to Brown. Gordon for 3. Rebound by the Raptors. Barnes has got his 5th rebound in this one. Anunoby in the corner. Over Caldwell Pope. They get it back. Goes back up. Hurdle's shot is off. And so it's Jokic with it. He brings it up for Denver. To the inside. The power of Jokic. Wow.
Boy, don't you love to see Aaron Gordon make these kinds of decisions. This guy is fully capable of recognizing open teammates.
On the wing, Anunoby. He's guarded by Caldwell Pope. Anunoby, good.
Well, defensively, to me, you've got to do a better job communicating once the screen comes.
Murray kicks to Caldwell Pope. Back to Murray. He feeds it to Caldwell Pope, and he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And there's the foul. It's called on Toronto.
Yeah, KCP steady there at the line. Nice work to draw the contact.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
And with a percentage of 82, he's been one of their more dependable shooters from the line.
2 shots.
That free throw good from Caldwell Pope.
Yeah, much improved foul shooter. KCP also starting to get to the line at a higher rate.
And Caldwell Pope drops them both. Toronto trailing. Now Schroeder. 10 points for him. Barnes left side. Unloads from 9. Rebound by the Nuggets.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
He is trying to shoot his way out of it, and it might be better for him to pass the basketball at this point.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Pass to Siakam. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
That's his second personal
And let's see what Denver has coming up. On Friday, they'll face off against Ben Simmons and the Brooklyn Nets. Then on Saturday, they'll be matching up against Gordon Hayward and the Charlotte Hornets.
And that game against the Warriors, that's a contest that could easily go either way. Small mistakes could be the difference, and both teams will need to be at their best.
First one falls for him. Chris Boucher's checked in for the Raptors. Trent comes in for OG Anunoby. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Nuggets have gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the third. Pass to Jokic. Down low. Here's Brown. That's in. Coming off the assist from Jokic.
Assist goes to
Jokic has got his 7th assist here tonight. Raptors trail by 4. And the Raptors call time here.
And he has not been on his game here. He's forcing a lot of shots, and the team is suffering because of it. It's time for him to focus on getting his teammates involved.
While there's a chance, let's show you the teams that have thrived on the fast break this season. The Raptors third.
You know, it's an entertaining style of play. And look, I mean, those are the baskets you want if you've got the legs for it. Scoring becomes a lot easier.
Trent against Caldwell Pope. Trent outside. 5 on the clock, and they call an illegal screen here.
Now a chance to see the numbers for Scotty Barnes. Some impressive play from him over the last month. Averaging 13 points per game, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. You know, you look at the numbers and you think that this is great, but we know that he's capable of even bigger production.
You know, the numbers look okay, but the eye test tells us unequivocally he is capable of more. That is the sign of a star right there.
And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for Denver?
And guys, how about the unselfishness and all about working that ball around, shifting the defense, and just seeking out the best shot.
I think tonight has also, guys, been about the lost art of the mid-range jumper. If you utilize that in-between game right, there's plenty of value in it.
No good on that one.
Well, I think the things that Aaron Gordon has added to his game, specifically that reliable three-point shot, is a really welcome sign. This guy has an incredible upside.
And he can't get the second one to drop either. Coming up empty that time. Trent against Caldwell Pope. Trent can't hit.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
And boy, to have someone back there who can erase your mistakes, what a big-time asset defensively.
Now, here's Trent. After the miss from Contavious Caldwell Pope. Slaughter kicks to Trent. Murray with the defensive effort.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively.
Wow, incredibly quick feet of Aaron Gordon. This guy excels at seeing lanes to the rim and taking advantage.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Goes up from the top of the key. Siakam's shot is off. The Nuggets leading by 6. Gordon the pass to Murray from 13, and Boucher sends it back. to Trent. Here's Boucher. Still yet to score. Here's Schroeder. Murray with the defensive effort.
I'm a fan of anybody who defends that way. I mean, they weren't about to open the door and just allow him to cruise in for a layup.
Now here's Caldwell Pope. Here's Gordon. Tries again, and it's good on the way in. Gordon's got the lead up to 8 now for the Nuggets.
Boy, there is a will, a drive. Aaron Gordon showing he wants to be more active on the glass.
Here's Schroeder. And he can't stop this drought. Another miss. Schroeder against Murray. There's the pass to Jokic. A nice shot by Brown. And it's a 10-point Denver lead.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Here's Siakam. Denver grabs the miss. On pass to Gordon. And then Gordon with the dunk.
Well, he came into the league as an incredible athlete, but Aaron Gordon has put in the work to be a great offensive player. And right before our very eyes, it's happening.
Now, here's Trent. He isn't playing a big part of their offensive scheme, averaging around 15.5 points a game. Here's Barnes. Down by 12. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face. Barnes has got 9.
You love how Scotty Barnes embraces the challenge of a contested shot. Don't back down, Scotty.
Denver calls timeout.
That was rocking. Thank you to our Northside crew.
Some changes for Toronto. Achua, he's checked in for Siakam. Young comes in for Chris Boucher. And Porter subbed in for Barnes. Big group substitution here for Denver. Michael Porter, he's checked in for Jokic. Justin Holiday comes in for Christian Brown. Watson, he's checked in for Caldwell Pope. And it's Jackson in for Jamal Murray. The Nuggets with another miss.
And guys, you've heard of overpassing. Well, that shot was an example of underpassing.
Well, there's no doubt there were better options on the floor, but it certainly seemed like he had his mind made up.
Jackson dishes to Porter. Gordon deciding where to go with it. Jackson in the corner. The 17-footer. It's hauled in by Achua. Achua's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Here's Schroeder. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. Porter's got 6 rebounds in the game.
Boy, a tough go for him in this quarter. You can see how desperately he wants to get things started. He just can't make a shot.
Now here's Jackson. Hasn't made one yet. Outside Porter. And he uses the glass on the layup. And the Nuggets lead by 12.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling now.
And Michael Porter is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. And Daniels checked in for Dennis Schroeder.
3rd team foul. Now into the lineup for your Raptors, Jalen McDaniels.
Trent against Jackson. Trent can't hit.
And his defense so valuable. Not many can bother that shot at the rim.
Boy, you see the effort. You see the range. This guy prides himself in his ability to shut you down.
Now, here's Watson. Following the miss by Gary Trent Jr. Shot clock at 5. Gordon for 3. Toronto grabs the miss. Achua's got 6 rebounds here tonight.
1 made 3 for him for the game. Does he focus closer in? Let's see.
Now, here's Trent. Achua kicks to Trent. On the wing, Porter. The Raptors need to get a shot off. shot by McDaniels, no good.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
Porter, no luck. Raptors trail by 12. Now here's McDaniels. Still without a basket. Trying to break that ice-cold streak, and it's blocked by Gordon.
How about the timing of Aaron Gordon? This guy has got the ability to rise up and send it back.
Pass to Jackson. Outside Porter. He dishes it to Holiday. Back to Porter. Takes the three. It's hauled in by Achua. Achua's got his 7th rebound here tonight. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Now, here's Trent. Young inside, guarded by Holiday. Holiday with the block. Trent against Jackson, and it's Gordon finishing it off.
Oh, pretty on-point pass there by Reggie Jackson.
Raptors trail by 14. Here's Trent. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Porter passes to Jackson. Back to Porter. Outside Holiday. Feeds it to Gordon. Holiday dishes to Watson. Jackson kicks to Porter. Holiday with the three. Thaddeus Young grabs the miss. And so it's Trent with it. He brings it up for the Toronto Raptors. It's blocked. And that's out of bounds. Toronto will retain possession.
Substitution on the court.
Trying to end the drought. The shot misses. And so it's the Denver Nuggets with a 14-point lead as we bring the quarter to a close. Their strategy has been clear tonight. Work the ball inside, get shots in the paint, and now they are scoring with ease. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
And when you're the beneficiary of a pass that good, you better deliver, and he did just that.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. And Denver will start the fourth quarter with. Inside form, it'll be Porter and Jokic. The guard pair are Murray and Caldwell Pope. And it's Brown in at the 3.
He is too good a shooter, guys, to be left open like that. The defense just dodged a bullet there.
Here's Anunoby. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
First 3 of the half, second of the game. Can he heat up?
Pass to Jokic. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That one on Jakob Poeltl.
And not easy defending Jokic. His height puts the defense in a tight spot, and they just slipped up there.
Taking 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls. Jokic drops them both. Raptors trail by 13. Schroeder outside. Pass to Barnes. Left block shot on the way. Schroeder against Murray. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
I don't think there's any question. There are so many rules that favor the offense these days. You've got to be able to equal things out when an illegal screen is set. I'll tell you, despite his struggles at the offensive end, this team still finds themselves in control of the ball game.
Barnes passes to Pirtle. Siakam outside. 6 on the shot clock. There's Schroeder. They grab their own miss. Pirtle. Bucket is good.
Boy, getting his points the hard way. Jakob has to absorb contact and able to use his strength there.
The Nuggets leading by 11. Murray outside. Here's Caldwell Pope. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Contagious Caldwell Pope.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
Raptors trail by 14. Schroeder outside. The pass to Anunoby. And the foul called on OG Anunoby. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
The Nuggets leading by 14. Murray scanning the floor. He kicks to Porter. Jokic trying to free himself up. Siakam pulls it in. Toronto had gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Count the basket.
And that is tenacity for Pascal Siakam. He was simply undeterred.
Murray outside. Banked in off the glass. Murray's got the lead up to 14 now for the Nuggets.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
Now here's Caldwell Pope following the miss by Pascal Siakam. Murray kicks to Porter. No good with the triple.
Terrific closeout there to challenge the 3.
It may be the hardest thing to do in basketball. Close under control, and he's more than up to the task.
Now here's Schroeder. Pass to Siakam. Over Porter. Siakam's shot is off. The Nuggets leading by 14. Caldwell Pope left side. And a deep 3 from Jokic. And it's Toronto with the rebound.
Absolutely tenacious guys. Stuck right on him defensively. Bothered that shot.
Murray against Schroeder. Four on the shot clock. And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
Boy, plenty of time left in the clock. He needs to keep his poise. That's his 4th foul now.
Denver making a switch here. Gordon's checked in. And it's Gordon with the ball. He brings it up for the Nuggets. 14 points, their largest lead in the game. And the shot is long.
Listen, simply put, he's got to finish that. It's not like the defender was right on top of him.
They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe.
I'll tell you, what a night. He has been efficient. He's been strong. Unfortunately, they're still fighting an uphill battle.
At the line for your Raptors, Pascal Siakam.
Throw good, Siakam. The Nuggets leading by 11. Murray outside. Caldwell Pope feeling it out a bit. Taken away. Fast break, Toronto. Here's Anunoby. Good on the shot, and that shaved the lead to single digits. Anunoby's got 5 points in the quarter.
OG Anunoby, because of his athletic ability, can be special in the open floor. Nice finish there.
Caldwell Pope outside. Those three-pointers off the mark.
Well defended that time. He's a shooter that the D has to close down on quickly when he's ready to pull the trigger.
Now here's Barnes. Siakam outside. That three off the mark. Denver's gone ice cold from three-point land, 0 of 4 since the start of the final quarter. Here's Caldwell Pope. Siakam pulls it in. Siakam's got 8 rebounds in this game. Schroeder passes to Purdy. Back to Schroeder. Anunoby kicks to Siakam. 6 to shoot. Over Caldwell Pope. Second chance shot. Lost contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Third personal foul. Second team foul. At the line for your Raptors, Jakob Poeltl.
Free throw, no good for Poeltl.
And Poeltl is a massive guy, someone that uses his height exceptionally well to get high-quality looks at the bucket.
There's Jokic being aggressive inside.
I'll tell you, tough first half puts it in the rear view. The shooting percentage starting to reflect that.
Barnes down low. And it's Denver with the rebound. Brown's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Gordon kicks to Murray. Kicks it out to Gordon. Uncovered. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. Murray's got assist number 10 tonight with that last one.
I'll tell you, if you're not guarding Aaron Gordon tight and getting into his space, he is going to burn you in catch-and-shoot situations.
Stolen by Caldwell Pope. He's all alone. Anunoby sends it back. Siakam for 3. And Jokic with the rebound. Jokic has got his 18th rebound here tonight, all over the place. And it's Gordon finishing it off.
Yeah, liking the vision there from Caldwell Pope, looking to get his guys going when they're open.
Here's Anunoby, following the score by Aaron Gordon. Anunoby, and it's blocked. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Caldwell Pope. Denver on D. Schroeder outside. A 3 from Barnes. And that's out of bounds. Toronto will retain possession. Schroeder outside. Just 5 on the clock. Poeltl with the ball, now guarded by Murray. And the foul on Jamal Murray. That is his first foul of the game. And a wide open look for Siakam.
And the shooting percentage, it's taken a dip in this second half.
And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
And to make that mistake at this time is tough to come back from.
These are the kinds of plays that can be game changers, that can make you hang your head.
To the middle. Outside for Caldwell Pope. Murray against Barnes.
Boy, and on a night where he's been so smart handling the ball, that's his first big mistake.
13 foul.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Back to Barnes. Schroeder outside, trying to find Jokic. Gets it to him. Here's Gordon. Not going to go that time. Good D by Siakam. Raptors trail by 13. Here's Anunoby. Sinks that one from the post. Anunoby's got 21 in the game.
What you appreciate is OG Anunoby's detailed and patient offensive approach, simply taking what the defense gives him.
Caldwell Pope outside. Good on the three-point shot. Caldwell Pope's got the lead up to 14 now for Denver.
Knocks that one down. 4 triples for the night, 3 in the first half.
Caldwell Pope against Anunoby. Schroeder outside. Clock at 6. Here's Pirtle. Denver grabs the miss. And here is Murray. Jokic trying to free himself up. Murray, no good.
And you know, you can't impact a shot that close any better than he did on that possession.
Boy, whether he blocks it or simply alters it, the result is pretty much the same.
Now, here's Anunoby. Back to Siakam. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. It's going to be on Jamal Murray.
Boy, what a clever decision there by Pascal Siakam. Sticks with the shot and wins a trip to the free throw line.
Siakam.
First free throw is good. Siakam hits them both.
And his work at the free throw line has been terrific tonight, making the most of his chances.
Murray against Schroeder. And Jokic throws it down.
Oh, that's just too easy for Jokic. This is why defensively you've got to get him away from the basket.
And the Raptors call time here.
And no doubt Coach wants them to shore up their interior defense.
I think right now they're giving up way too many easy looks. That is a recipe for disaster.
And now a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, Nikola Jokic.
And he's provided them with a major mismatch on that low block tonight. That they've been able to lean on his scoring in the paint. And if nothing else has worked, he's given them a reliable option on every possession.
And as the star of this team, he knows he's going to be the object of the crowd's anger. Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, able to listen in on what Darko Rajakovic was going over with his team. He told his team they're being too reckless with the ball. He said, you're turning it over left and right. You got to be smarter and more in control out there. Guys, back to you.
Thanks so much, David. Now here's Murray. Following the miss by Pascal Siakam. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jakob Poeltl. That's his 5th foul.
Personal foul. 13 foul.
to Murray. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Lets it fly. Denver the rebound. Here's Jokic. Gets that one through the hole, making now 7 of 13 in this game.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for Denver.
You know, a team can have a great shooting night without getting a lot of assists, but tonight they had both.
Yeah, and listen, you only get the assist if the guy you give it to makes the shot. So a lot of assists will up your field goal percentage, but this was a great team effort by everyone.
And so looking at their number, this will be win number 22 on the year.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And something we've come to almost expect is greatness from this guy. Such an overall great performance it was for Jokic.
He was really important under the basket. Making the plays down low and getting position to pull in rebound.
Boy, the defense tight inside, but Barnes just persevering.
Your Raptors, Scotty Barnes.
That's good from Barnes. And Toronto will go for a different look here. Achua, he's checked in for Pirtle. Young comes in for Pascal Siakam. Porter's checked in for Dennis Schroeder. And Trent subbed in for OG Anunoby. Big group substitution here for Denver. Chanchar's checked in. Justin Holiday comes in for Christian Brown. Watson, he's checked in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And it's Jackson in for Jamal Murray. Denver's gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 three-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. Here's Jackson. Kicks it to Watson. Porter against Holiday. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Jokic. Tough sequence there. They just couldn't get it to fall. And it's Barnes with the ball for the Raptors. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. And here's Young from the arc. And it's Denver with the rebound. Holiday with it. So it's the Nuggets winning this one easily. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was actually a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems with that tonight.
And now let's go over to David Aldridge from the sideline for an interview with our player of the game. Hey, David.
Thank you, Nicola. What are you able to do that allows you to impact the game so dramatically?
I don't know what is happening, but I'm playing good. The team is playing good. Like we're kind of clicking and we are playing better and better. Hopefully we're going to continue to play like that.
It is really flowing right now, man. Congrats on another win. Back to you.
Thank you, David. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, and the rest of our terrific crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.